Hello, everybody. Welcome back to Blue Collar Cards. I'm Trevor. In today's short video, I thought I would kind of explain the origin of my focus on collecting Hoosier baseball players. And the first card that really got me looking seriously into who was born in Indiana and played in the major leagues is when I started looking for a card for a guy that was from the town that I grew up in, which is Bedford, Indiana. That's where I grew up. So we had one major league baseball player from there as of today, and maybe in the future there'll be another. But so I started looking for to get a card of his, and then once I got that, it's like, well, I've already got his and Gil Hodges and Carl Erskine and some of the other guys that were more popular in baseball and more well known in baseball from Indiana. So I thought, well, I'll just start trying to collect the Hoosier born Hall of Famers, and then that led into just in general Hoosier born baseball players. But so I've got two major league baseball players from one from my town that I grew up in, and the other one from the same county that I grew up in. And so I thought I would show them, and I'll show a bonus card of another individual from the county that I grew up in that's not associated with baseball, but does have a card. We'll just leave it at that. We'll call it a card. And I'll turn the camera around and we'll look at these items and get to it. So this is the first player that I was hunting a card for. This is Bill Reardon from Bedford, Indiana. This is a 1916 M101-5. It's a blank back, numbered 141. It's an image when he played for the New York Giants. And I was at the card show over at Cincinnati at Moeller High School. And I ran into a dealer that's a favorite in the YouTube community, William Chappell. Asked him if he had one, and he pretty much went right to the stack that had this in it. It was ungraded, but I wanted to get this graded because I knew this was going to be with me for a long time, and that other people might not understand why I had this card, but this would at least let them know what it was. Now, Bill Reardon was born February 5th, 1888 in Bedford, Indiana, and that's the town I grew up in. His full name is William Angle Reardon. He went by Bill. He played catcher. He made his major league debut August 12th, 1909, playing for the Boston Rustlers of the National League. Later, they became the Braves from 1909 to 1913. 1914, he played for Indianapolis of the Federal League. In 1915, he played for Newark of the Federal League. He would play 1916 and 1918 for the New York Giants before finishing with the Cincinnati Reds in 1919 and 1920. He played in 982 games, hit 7 home runs, with a 237 batting average. When the Federal League folded, Bill signed with the New York Giants for 1916. In 1917, Bill led National League catchers with a .984 fielding percentage and batted .271 to help the Giants win the pennant. In the best of 7 World Series, the White Sox took a 3-2 lead over the Giants. In Game 6 at the Polo Grounds, it was scoreless after 3 innings when the White Sox put runners on the corners with no outs. The next White Sox batter grounded to the pitcher, who caught the runner on third, Eddie Collins, hung up between third and home. Benton, the pitcher, threw to third baseman Heine Zimmerman, who threw to Bill as Collins headed home. Bill chased Collins back toward third and threw to Zimmerman. Collins saw the plate unguarded and sprinted home with Zimmerman in pursuit. Collins would score, and the Sox would score 2 more in the inning en route to a 4-2 World Series championship. Bill was traded to the Reds after the 1918 season. Bill batted .281 in his 2 appearances in the 1919 World Series that was tainted by the Black Sox gambling scandal. In 1921, Cincinnati sent him to the Atlanta of the Southern Association, where he served as captain. Bill returned to Bedford, Indiana in July of 1922, where he farmed and ran a service station until his health began to fail in the mid-1930s. Bill would pass away August 28, 1942, in Bedford, Indiana. But Bill Riordan is what got me down the rabbit hole of Indiana-born baseball players in a major way. He got me going after the seldom heard of baseball players from Indiana. This next image, this is Yank Terry. This is a Boston Red Sox team photo from 1940 to 45. Yank batted right through right. He was born February 11th, 1911 in Huron, Indiana, which is in Lawrence County. That's the same county as Bedford. He died November 4th, 1979 in Bloomington, which is the next county to the north. He won 20 games. He lost 28. He had a 4.09 ERA, and he struck out 167. I'll put this further back. Yank Terry made his debut August 3rd, 1940 for the Boston Red Sox. He would pitch for them in 1940 and from 42 to 45. He appeared in 93 games and went 20-28 with an ERA of 4.09. He was a member of baseball, basketball, and track squads at Bedford High School. He was recruited by Notre Dame, left college after his father's death in 1931. Yank Terry was Boston's opening day starter in 1944. After his baseball career ended, he returned to Bedford, where he owned and operated Yank's Sportsman's Store and later worked at the Elks Club. He would pass away November 4th, 1979, at the age of 68. Now, Yank is really what his nickname was. He would later change his name legally to Yank Terry, but his birth name was Lancelot. And the story goes that his younger siblings couldn't say Lancelot, and it would come out Yank, so that's what everybody started calling him. Now, this third individual from Lawrence County, Indiana, he's not a baseball player at all. He may be more well known than the other two that are baseball players. But I have a 1963 Topps Astronauts card for Virgil Gus Grissom. This one's in a PSA 8. They have the 3D back on them. Virgil Gus Grissom was born April 3rd, 1926. So coming up real shortly, it'll be 100 years since he was born. He died January 27th, 1967 at Cape Kennedy, Florida. He was a pilot in the United States Air Force and one of the original Mercury 7 astronauts. Gus was the second American to fly in space, and he done that in 1961. Gus was a World War II and Korean War vet. He was a mechanical engineer, having graduated from Purdue University, and he was a test pilot. Gus's space missions included the Mercury Redstone 4, the Gemini 3, and the Apollo 1, in which he perished along with Ed White and Roger Chaffee on the test pad due to a fire in their space capsule. That's Gus Grissom. He was also a Boy Scout, reaching the rank of a Star Scout. His hobbies were hunting and fishing. And overall thought to be a heck of an individual. But those are three of the local Indiana individuals that kind of helped propel me down this rabbit hole of collecting players and individuals from Indiana that have Indiana ties, and focusing more on them than any other segment that they might belong to. I don't really have any other astronaut cards. The only other M116, M101 cards that, like this one of Bill Reardon I have, are of other Hoosier-born players. The only team photo that I have are from Indiana-born players. Until here recently, I did buy a little grouping of Cincinnati Reds team pictures, but those are the individuals that have caused me to go down this rabbit hole, owing mostly to Mr. Reardon right here. Well, I hope this little glimpse into the background of why I collect the way I do and what got me started down that rabbit hole has been interesting. I hope you've enjoyed the 2 cards and the photo pack image, and I'll talk to you later. Have a good day.